What's good, y'all? It is King of the Root back with another video. And I'm sure all of you have heard about Tristan Thompson's mother suddenly dying, which lets us know they're on bullshit. I'd heard somebody on YouTube say, all the time they always use that word suddenly. And then if you want to know who the alleged sacrifice is for or who the energy is for, they'll either put a write-up about the star, like they'll say, I'm trying to figure out how they'll do it because I might be saying it wrong, but like they'll say John Doe died and Jane Doe is doing a tribute concert for them or something like that. But they'll make sure that once they talk about the person dying in Hollywood or in the industry, that they'll put the other star who it's usually for, who the sacrifice is for. They'll be the first person in the media they'll talk about. Now, the first person we heard was, they were saying that, I guess the paparazzi had caught pictures of Khloe Kardashian going to Tristan Thompson or them meeting up, I guess, the day that she died or this morning or some shit. I saw it. I'm pretty sure it was not for her. The sacrifice is not for her. What I did find interesting is that Kris Jenner had so much to say about his mother and how lovely she is. And what makes it so bad is that I think a lot of us like the Kardashians, or we did when we watched them on TV. Before, as black folks, we feel like we can't say anything nice about them because we know they be fucking our men up. Now, my man, why I say our men up, like I'm not a man either. Which is funny because everybody calls me a girl in my group, which is so funny because I'm not the gay who comes out flawless with makeup and the eyelashes and nails. Like, I do nails and stuff sometimes too, but like, I ain't been on that type time in a minute. But it's so funny, like everybody, like even at stores, yes ma'am, and I'm like, I know you see this beard. I ain't shaved in a minute. I know you see this motherfucking beard. It don't hurt my feelings or nothing, but definitely my mom be like, that's a fucking man. Black mothers be pissed. Like, I gave birth to a boy, but that's a side note. But I feel like us black folk can't say anything nice about the Kardashians because I feel like in a different lifetime I would like some of them because they're funny as fuck when you really sit there and watch them. Like, they just give you full like the white girl energy and the no and stop and I can't eat that. Oh my god, they like give you like that stereotype energy that we like put on white women who have money or just white women in general. Like, they just give us that full energy and they do it to the fullest. So Kris Jenner making that write up about his mom, it just made me side eye like, what's your point and what do you have to do with it? Like, we can't never just let them ride, or when they say certain stuff or give tributes or give good words, we're always like, well, why'd you say that? Or I gotta side eye you. What's the tea? What's that about? Why'd you have to say something? Because we know you're not fucking with Tristan Thompson. You probably hate his mom too because she gave birth to him, which we feel you. I mean, if that was my daughter and he and her man was putting my daughter through that shit, I would feel her. So can't none of us be mad at Kris Jenner for not fucking with him or having some type of feelings. I feel that because we can all play, but even if we don't like Khloe Kardashian, and I know a lot of you are probably like, well, that's what the fuck she gets because they've been doing whatever to our men for years, so that's what the fuck she gets. But most of us liked Khloe Kardashian. She was the only one we really liked for most of the years. Now I like Kylie, and I think I kind of like Kendall too. I can fuck with Kylie because I know Kylie is going to give it up and is, for the most part, going to be... I feel like what you get is what you see because she a Leo. Like, Leos can be on bullshit too, but for the most part, I feel like she had to be mounted and they had to put her in that MK Ultra chair a lot because you remember when she first started going into the industry, she had so much anxiety and was just going through much, and like stardom was just not for her, you could tell. I feel like they definitely had to do some spell work on her and get her together. But let me get to the main point. So anyway, I noticed that, like I said, I was looking for birthdays, looking at numbers. So I found it interesting that Kris Jenner this year, she will be turning 68, but she is 67. And I believe his mother died at the age of 67 suddenly. So I found that funny. And then, of course, the post, like I said, her kind words to the mother and whatever. So when you look at his mother's numbers, I could not find her birthday. I probably could have dug a little deeper, but I was like, fuck it. We already know what's up. I couldn't find her birthday, but once you look at the day she died and do what you got to do with the numbers, you do come out with 13. Tristan Thompson was born March 13th, so there's your 13 already. I guess you could connect it to him very easily. It's his mother, so it's probably his sacrifice. But like I said, we got to stop looking at stuff surfacely, because sometimes you be looking right here and it's right here in front of your face over here, okay? or what's right in front of your face is not what's going on at all. So I like to dig deeper and see what's going on. So that's why I said it was funny that Kris Jenner came out and said something. So we had that. Khloe Kardashian. Oh yeah, when you do what you got to do with Tristan Thompson, his life path number is a 9. I believe Kris Jenner, I don't have anything written down. I believe hers came out to a 9 too. I know Khloe's for sure came out to a 9. I did Rob Kardashian's. His came out to a 9 for a life path number. He was born March 17th, so they're both Pisces. The ancestors did tell me to look at Rob Kardashian and this supposed, I don't know if you guys heard, but supposedly he had an overdose or some shit, I think at the end of last year, 2022 in December. And when I looked at the numbers, I believe it was on the 27th, and that comes out to a 13 too. And what instantly hit my mind and downloaded was that Rob Kardashian either died when he was in there and they needed energy to bring him back, and this sacrifice was for him in some kind of way. What's funny is that, like I said, when you look at the date he went into the hospital and had this alleged overdose that is being covered up super hardcorely, that came out to 13. And then, like I said, the energies with his mother is 13, but Tristan Thompson also is born on the 13th too. And I believe she died on Thursday, which is Jupiter energy. And I kept looking for that. The only Jupiter energy I could find, which would be Sagittarius, was Tristan Thompson's, I believe, his son. I think his name is Theo. I believe he was born December 1st, or it was the 4th. One of those. Like I said, I'll give it to the Kardashians. I don't feel like a lot of us would have knew who Tristan Thompson was unless you watch basketball, if it was not for the Kardashians, because I had never heard of this nigga. But then again, like I keep telling y'all, I'm stuck in like the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, because the shit they doing now is just too much for me. But I want to look at the numbers. So like I said, you have 13. So we know they're opening up. She's just another added energy to the sacrifices they do for the winter and for the dark energies of the sun, so that when spring comes forward, they can, you know, reap what they have sown. It's just another added energy. We could also look at it like the Kardashians killed her and are trying to get back at Tristan Thompson. I wouldn't be shocked at that. And was like, oh, you want to play with my daughter? Now we done killed your mama. Did not know he was from Canada. Like I said, don't know shit about him. But like I said, so he's born the 13th. Him and Rob both are Pisces. That was interesting. Apparently, Rob almost died from fentanyl, pain pills, and alcohol sometime in December. Well, I don't know if he almost died, but he did allegedly overdosed, apparently, from what we're hearing. But I believe the write-ups that we actually could find that were on this incident were in French, and people had to like translate it. Thank God for them. But one thing I can say is them Kardashians, if they don't want shit to come out, it won't come out. And there were some weird energies surrounding that too, because something happened on Christmas, or I don't know if this was right after Christmas. I guess if it was the 27th, somebody was saying that on Instagram or something like that, all the sisters had posted, I don't know if Rob has some kind of clothing line, but it was Rick and Morty, and they had these shirts. And what was interesting about these shirts is that on the shirts it was Rick and Morty and the weird ass faces, and the saying on the shirt was half dead or half baked or some shit, which was really weird because he just almost died allegedly. But anyway, people were saying, they made sure to put that on Instagram to make it look like nothing was going on with him. And Kim Kardashian was on her Instagram saying, Christmas is still going and look what Rob bought for us or whatever from his clothing line or some shit. But like I said, you guys, I'm really feeling like something happened with Rob Kardashian from this overdose. And they needed energy, and this is why his mother died. Just looking at the numbers, like on some real shit. And I don't know why the ancestors are telling me that. Like they had to pull her energy to put it into Rob on some real shit. And don't nobody take this shit neither. This is my shit. Because somebody else will try to talk about it. This is my download. And don't nobody download the same shit. I don't care if we get close enough to the same download. You don't download the same shit. Period. Because we're all different. Just like you see different, we can look at the same thing and see something different. We can smell the same thing and smell something different. We can shuffle and read the same tarot cards, exactly the same deck by the same person, and we're still not gonna get the same reading. We can fuck the same bitch and the pussy gonna be different. Like, period. But something is happening. So this sacrifice is probably partly for Tristan Thompson and his career, which if Google is right, he make a lot of fucking money. It says he makes almost 10 million a year. It was like 9 million and some weird ass number. So he makes a lot of money. But yeah, found it interesting that Kris Jenner made the post that she made. Interesting that he was born the 13th and the numbers with his mom are 13 for her death date. Interesting that that there's a cover-up with Rob Kardashian and his overdose. And the ancestors are telling me that his mother, Tristan Thompson, was killed, or excuse me, allegedly sacrificed, or whatever you want to call it, suddenly died for Rob Kardashian. And that they trying to act like they loved his mother so much, which they could. Like I told you, because we're black, I feel like all of us feel like we can't say anything nice about them because we know they be fucking our men up. But it is what it is. So this is my, my take on it. I don't really know much about this incident or Tristan Thompson or his mother, and haven't really been looking at the Kardashians. I used to be a really big fan of them. Still kind of am. But I still got to look at them with the side eye. So I guess maybe more will come out. But we know, regardless of anything, it was a sacrifice for the dark energies of winter like they always do. More are going to come. But all I will say is that 2023 opened up very dark and eerie as fuck. Even with their little sacrifices they always do at the beginning of the year. I mean, the energy is dark as fuck, even for regular folk. Like, the cops have been everywhere. People have just been dying off like flies. People have been shooting people, killing people. I think out in my town, somebody ran over a little girl tonight, then set their house on fire, then somebody got shot. Like, and we live in a safe town with very little people, and shit like that just don't happen here. Period. It used to be you could sleep with your door open or unlocked. So this is King of the Root back with another video. And rest in peace to Tristan Thompson's mother. Bye.